Hi there. Good morning. This is the JRV Morning Show. I am your host, J. Richard Varvel. Welcome to the show. I want to thank all of you joining me live, as well as all of you joining me in the archives. It is so wonderful to join you in this way in the mornings at 11. It is Tuesday, and it's a beautiful morning. And again, we woke up to the news. If you have notifications or if you're somehow connected to the media, and I suggest you limit that and definitely create some boundaries for yourself. But anyhow, inside the notifications, I saw that Carrie Fisher, she transitioned, and so there has been yet another celebrity that has transitioned this year, and I feel like it is rather interesting to see which celebrities are transitioning at this time. And I also feel like it's interesting to watch how it affects the collective. For example, Alan Thicke, he's kind of known as everybody's celebrity dad. He's kind of had the role of the dad figure in Hollywood, as far as not only his roles that he played in the series Growing Pains, but just how they used him as far as how the masses viewed his role in Hollywood, his role in their minds and their consciousness. He was the dad, and so he, transitioning during the holidays, I feel like it's when nerves are extra raw, because people sometimes, they just can't face the whole idea. And, I've been in this position as well with transitioning family members and friends at different times, where it just somehow seems extra hard during the holidays, because it's like, oh, I can't believe we're going to miss, this is the first holiday they're not going to be with us. It just seems to sort of have this extra sadness and this weight attached to it. Which, I totally get, because it literally is the first time that there's a change, there's a shift. They're not there present in their physical presence. And that's a big, huge pill to swallow. However, I've learned in the fact of watching different family members of mine transition literally right before my eyes, there with them during the process, as well as friends. One thing I've learned is, even though there is so much often pain in the letting go and also watching that transition happen, there's a lot of beauty as well, watching someone go through their life review and go through this special process. I mean, just like birth is special, death and the transition into whatever's next is very special. And there are a lot of unique energies and a lot of unique experiences that people have at that time, and I was grateful to be a part of that. For example, with my grandparents, as well as a good friend and who I see as a second mom. Her name's Jody. So, and those are just a few people that I've really been with them through that process, and it's very, very unique, but yet very special. But what I really wanted to say in all that was that life, no matter what, keeps going. So even though that transition happens and we have to say goodbye to that family member or that dear friend in that moment, as far as how we're going to interact with them in the physical, excuse me, the planet keeps still spinning. We're still moving through space. Our lives, for those of us still in body, are still going on. Everything is still there, and we still have to be responsible for what is unfolding, because we're the creators of our own reality, and we're still here. However, one thing I do want to bring up at this point too, as well, to share is, and I know it's come up in previous shows, is the whole idea that you can talk to departed loved ones, and you don't have to have any special certification or any special training for this, especially when it comes to your own family or your own friends, those that you were connected with very closely in the physical, which just helps with the connection and the non-physical. And again, I'm not in any way hating on mediums at all, because mediums can be a great resource if you really do want to have a conversation and you don't trust yourself that the conversation you're having is real. a medium is a great way to have that confirmed, as well as to assist in being able to trust yourself. So I don't want to have anyone misread what I'm saying and say, Jay's saying don't go to the mediums. I don't believe that. I have some really good friends that are mediums, and I think they're fantastic, and it's unbelievable for me how crystal clear their connection is with departed loved ones. Yeah, so I'll just leave it at that. So I just think it's fantastic, and it is an experience to be had with a medium that you can trust and that you know is truly in it because it's their passion and not in it just for the money. Okay, so let me get back on track. So the whole idea of this whole idea of death is as hard as the pill it can be to swallow for us here, for those of us that are still in body, still having to live our lives, and for everything that still continues to go on for us. Part of the silver lining, I feel like, and again, this is my own experience, is I noticed that I've been able to continue keeping in contact with my grandmother and grandfather, as well as my dear friend Jody. They all show themselves to me and pop up to me in different ways. Some of them show themselves to me in numbers. My grandma in particular shows and reminds me of her when I see roses. My grandfather, he really comes to me in different, how do I want to describe this? It's kind of unique. I've never really put it to words, but he reveals himself to me when I'm digging into wisdom and knowledge. I feel like he shows up in I feel his grandfatherly presence. I feel like he enjoys, because he always enjoyed knowledge and wisdom. So I feel like he loves being a part of it when he knows that I'm in that energy and in that state, and he likes to join in with me in that time. So even though, again, they are no longer here with me in the physical, I'm still getting to interact with them, and I'm still seeing their hand, so to speak, in the unfolding of my physical reality. So I don't feel like they're dead or gone forever. I can't explain what total state they're in and how it is and what it's like for them, because I'm not there, and I'm still in a physical body. And so there's certain aspects of us, because our attention is here in this body, we don't. Anyway, I don't want to go too deep into that. Well, I just want to wrap this up because we're getting close to the 11:11 meditation, and I don't want to run over. So my point is, at least this is from my experience, I'm still able to keep an open line of communication with my departed loved ones, and I find that it's very valuable, and I feel like it's a lot of fun to have this new and different experience with them, because I do kind of miss being able to pick up the phone and call my grandma and spend time talking to her on the phone, but I've had to just replace the cell phone with quiet time and just having an inner dialogue with her. And so it's a bit of a shift, and it's taken me some getting used to, but at the same time, still it's so awesome and rich for me to have that open line of communication with her, even though she's no longer here in the physical. So I just want to say, I feel like that's possible. Whether you feel comfortable enough to open that line yourself or already have opened that line yourself, or whether you feel like you want to go and get the assistance of a medium to also have that communication line open to get those messages that way. So I just want to say there's value in that. There's value in keeping that communication open. I feel like it's just another way for us to have different experiences and to grow and stretch ourselves and with what's possible. So that's how I see it. Okay, so thank you for that. And if anybody has any questions about that, what I just talked about, and has had your own experiences with departed loved ones, I would love for you to comment, and I would love to hear your experience with that. And I think all of us sharing our different experiences is great, because it also helps other people that might have had some unique experiences with their departed loved ones, but isn't quite sure if they can totally believe it, I think when we all share the different kinds of experiences we're having, it makes it easier for us all to trust those experiences when they are happening, and that we don't just explain them away somehow or another. Okay, let's see. What else? Well, we're almost to the 11:11, but I'm going to take this little commercial moment to have a little mini commercial for myself. I just wanted to remind everybody that I am available for private readings as well as healing sessions. And in the readings, it's a way for me to verbalize what your team, what your higher self is wanting you to know in that whatever that moment is that we happen to have the session for your highest and best good, as well as you're able to bring in questions into the session that we will work on getting answered, as well as it's also a way to talk about how to engage a plan in order to assist you in your day-to-day journey with whatever kind of progress you're wanting to make in your own life experience. And then the healing sessions are great. It's a way to go deeper. There's a bit of a reading portion, but a lot of it is spent in a quiet space where I'm doing an energy transfer, but there's definitely time for an interaction and questions, and as well as a time where I will be verbalizing whatever wants to come through from your team and your highest self or your deepest self. Yeah, so we'll leave it at that. It's time to get into the meditation. So I'm going to have everybody close your eyes, all of you joining me in the archives. Excuse me. And we're going to grow roots from the base of our spine and the bottoms of our feet down into the center of Mother Earth. Wonderful. We're connecting and saying hello to Mother Earth, the consciousness that is Mother Earth, and extending our love and gratitude and appreciation for being on this beautiful, life-giving planet where all of our needs are met in a most beautiful, wondrous, and abundant way. And take this opportunity to wait for a response back after your hello. Mother Earth loves to connect with us in this way. And now we'd like you to become aware of the gold and silver ball of light at the center of your heart space. This is your divine spark, and we're going to grow that divine spark in the form of a sphere. And this sphere is beginning to grow, this gold and silver ball of light, out, past your physical body. And we're going to go out about 25 feet in all directions, above, below, side, front, back. It is literally a perfect sphere all around you, and it is emanating from a point, which is your heart space in the center of you, and it is radiating out like a star in every direction. And you are totally engulfed in your own sphere of light. This is your energy, your divine essence. This is a great space to play and to ask questions and to be curious about yourself, as well as to go deeper and deeper within. And I would like to take this opportunity. We're going to clear out our energy field. And I would like you to imagine a huge, giant dump truck of salt backing up. Boop, boop, boop. It's backing up, and it's literally going to dump its payload of salt all over you. And as it's dumping its payload of salt, we're just shaking the salt off. Just letting it totally purify our energy field, inside, outside, through in, through out. Oh yeah, totally clearing us out. And we're also going to utilize the violet flame. And I would like you to visualize a violet fire burning at the base of your feet and totally engulfing your entire physical body and growing that violet fire all the way out as big as your sphere. Your whole sphere is on fire with the violet fire of God's grace. This is God's ease and grace, and it's a transformational alchemical fire that's blazing, literally burning off any chaotic energy, any old residual energies, any past energies of things that you've let go of that have just kind of been hanging out, any fragments, anybody else's energy, anything that no longer serves your highest and best good is now burning off and burning away in the alchemical fire and being raised up into its wholeness and its fullness and its complete love and light of the universe. All right, take a deep breath. Yes, another one. Letting go of any tension you might feel in your neck and shoulder areas, making sure you drop your shoulders away from your ears. Make sure you're not holding up or rolling your shoulders, really relaxing your shoulders and neck, your arms, your legs, just allowing yourself to be fully relaxed. Another deep breath. All right, we are going to use our imagination to give ourselves some love here. We're going to call it our highest potential self, the part of us that is fully us, fully speaking and living our truth, living our passion, living life to the fullest. That whatever that idea of that idea of ourself, that highest best self that we are aspiring to be, however we want to see that in physical form. I want you to imagine that part of you walking up to you and becoming face to face with you, and that highest potential version of you, however you perceive it in this now moment, hand you a beautiful rose quartz crystal, and it's got a diamond shape to it, and it fills your entire hand, but you can still hold it in one hand. I would like you to take it with your right hand and just thank and appreciate yourself. And they are now turning and walking away, fading away into the nothingness. And I would like you now to take that diamond-shaped rose quartz crystal, and I would like you to place it into your heart space and continuing to keep your hand on your heart space. And I would like you to spin that diamond rose quartz crystal counterclockwise. And you will notice it is emanating a rose pink energy. This is a pure, loving energy, a nurturing, mothering, divine feminine, supportive energy that is now emanating from inside your heart, out like a star, along with all the other, your own divine spark that's already emanating, the sphere of light that you are within. This is just adding to your radiance, to your essence. This is a gift from your highest potential self. This is a gift of assistance to bring you whatever is needed at this time in your journey for your continued expansion and unfolding, not only for the rest of this week in the year that's 2016, as well as getting you ready for 2017, which is a whole brand new year. Not only a new year, but it's a brand new cycle, and it's a new way to look at life. So we are just excited and grateful to receive this gift from our highest potential self. Just allow these energies to move in as and through you. These are pure energies, pure love and light from the universe, from your highest, deepest self. This is truly a gift from you to you. Take this moment to thank yourself and pat yourself on the back. All right, wonderful. Everyone did such a fantastic job. Okay, so I would like you to now become aware of the room that you're in and begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and to open your eyes whenever you are ready. So how was that for all of you that joined me in the archive? I would love to hear. So real quick, I'm going to share my my little video, I forgot to share it on my Varvel page. So I'm going to do that now. And let's see. Let me share. Thank you for your patience, everybody, while I do this. Okay, so it's now time for the mini reading segment of the show, and that's what I just posted. And so I wanted to now open it up. This is a time where you can call in. The call-in number is 661-800-5875. Again, that is 661-800-5875. And I wanted to let everybody know that you can also call in if you have questions about anything that we've talked about and discussed on the show or anything that is show related. The call-in time is a great time to ask questions, as well as to have an opportunity if you want to have a discussion about anything we've talked about. It's a wonderful time to call in for that, as well as you can call in and request a mini reading, and I will pull a card for you. And then you can also, to make it easy, put in the comment section, hey Jay, would you mind please giving me a reading? And as long as I have time, I will absolutely pull a card for you. And I just realized, because I'm used to doing the card of the day before we get into the meditation, that we haven't done that yet. So I'm knocking on the deck to bring the deck current, and we're pulling a card for everyone for today, for everyone's highest and best good, just tuning into the energies of the day and getting some insight and some guidance on what's available. And so yeah, we can take full advantage. So cutting the deck. Nectar of life. Nectar of life. This reminds me of honey as well, and just the sweetness of life. It's the really tuning in and becoming super grateful for what is, all the experiences of life, not only the ones that are full of joy and fun and happiness, but as well as the experiences that are a bit challenging and have some suffering, as well as things that may not go the way we want them to go. So just some pain and having to let things go. Really being appreciative of all the different experiences that this life offers, because what comes through is that this life, this particular life that we're all in on planet Earth, and I would dare to say any life you might be experiencing on another planet, it's really all about life, that life and that life experience, and the ability to take full advantage of all the experiences possible in that particular lifetime, to take full advantage of the experiences available in that reality, because that's the treasure. That I feel like that's why we come, is to have the experiences and to have the interaction and to have the ability to connect and to do the things that are unique on planet Earth, because each planet's different. You know, there might be some similarities, but you know, any lifetime that we might have on some other planet at some other time is not Earth. You know, so I feel like this is the lifetime that matters for us. This is the lifetime we're in. And so it's important to take full advantage of this particular life and all the different experiences that are available. Because one thing I learned in therapy a long time ago is, we can try to only experience like the fun emotions, the ones that are pleasant and that are accepted socially to be okay to experience. And we can just put all of our focus thinking it always has to be this way, but that's not real life. Real life is being able to be and experience all emotions, all experiences, and being able to handle and be in all of them, and be able to enjoy and appreciate the richness that comes from each experience. Like, each one's unique and different for a reason. There's something to be gained through each individual experience. Even when things seem similar, there's a spiraling kind of effect where there's always a different perspective that you're going to view an experience through, even when it seems like you might be repeating something. When we're coming to circle back around, we're circling back around for a reason. We're coming back around so we can see it again and learn something else, another aspect, another level, another layer. And so that's what the Nectar of Life card's all about. So I would say, we're really wrapping up this year. There's a time for reflection also going on to see, okay, what the fuck just happened in 2016? How was this for me? What did I enjoy? What did I not enjoy? What do I want more of? What would I rather have less of? It's a time to take stock, as well as a time to just sit back and appreciate what did happen, even the bullshit, even the nonsense. Just sit back and say, you know what? This was awesome. I was able to grow and stretch out of my comfort zone. It was amazing. So even though I was scared as heck, it scared the heck out of me. Wow, I am not the same person I was even a year ago because of the experiences I experienced this year, even though they might have been tough. Okay, so it's really, again, back to the whole idea of any experience that we're in can be viewed as a garbage heap or a flower garden, and it's all up to our perspective and how we want to see the experiences in front of us. So that is what is coming through for Nectar of Life. And if anybody has any questions about that, please let me know. And hey, Bucky, it's so great to have you join me live this morning. This is the time too. I just had to do the general reading for everybody, but now it's the time. If you want to call in, you can call in or message me if you'd like a mini reading for yourself. And I know there's a couple people joining me, but I don't know who the other person is, and so welcome to you too. This is the great time to call in if you have any questions as well of anything that we've talked about on the show, or if you want to discuss anything show related. This is a great time to do that as well. And I want to also extend a belated Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah to everybody. And I also want to just say, 2017 is going to be amazing. And I feel like it's important for us to really put out there how we want it to be, how we want to see it, and really spend some time in our imagination, working on creating that in our mind. And I'd say dream big, because dreaming is free. It doesn't cost any money. And the bigger the dream, it's amazing what actually shows up in our reality here on Earth when we dream big. So it doesn't look like anybody is going to call in for a reading, and so I'm going to take this time to close out the show. Again, I want to thank everybody that joined me live as well as in the archives, and I want to surround everybody with a big, giant, huge hug of love. I will see you tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Until then, bye-bye.